Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Is it Tuesday today? Yeah. Okay. Just checking. So I am going to be interviewing a beautiful soul that I've met through this community who has changed her life completely. And it is so inspiring. It's a story that I know needs to be shared with the world because people are going to resonate. They're going to see themselves, or maybe someone who knows someone. It's like these stories need to be shared because there's people who are praying for hope and solutions. And I'm really excited to bring this guest on. So we're just gonna give it a few minutes until some people show up, and I know she's gonna be coming really soon, so stay tuned. Pamela is here. I'm so excited to welcome her in. Hi, Pamela.
I'm, I'm still wiping some tears from just being so grateful.
Well, your why is, it makes you cry and then it makes you fly. So
That's beautiful.
yeah, say thank you so much for coming on with me today to share, because I know your story is so important to share out there for people who, maybe they know someone, or they can relate themselves, and it's one of hope and of just so inspiring. So Pamela, I don't even know like that much about your story. I've heard little tidbits about it, but where were you, if you could just share with us, where were you before you had this, lifestyle transformation?
My I'm 55, and most of my life I've spent it in like severe mental illness, spending like up to 150 days here in the hospital, and like severe illness, like hallucinating, um, like self-harm, lots of suicide attempts, like to where, they didn't think I was going to make it through the night. One time having to be alone, um, on lots and lots of medication. I've had treatments, lots of those. Yeah. Um, Committed, like not being able to leave. As soon as I went in the hospital, they would commit me. I mean, the most I've spent in the hospital is 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, one time for 4 months, probably I was followed around. Like they had a nurse with me the entire time, and I lived in a hospital gown the whole time.
Wow. It's so demoralizing, it's so dehumanizing, that system, how they keep you, like with, they don't have solutions out there.
No, I've been thrown in isolation rooms, um, where it's like they put a strong gown on you, which is just canvas gown, have no underwear, nothing, and they throw you in a room. They give you a couple of strong sheets, which are thick canvas, not warm at all or comfortable, scratchy, they're terrible. And there's nothing in the room. So you put one, something to sleep on, and fold one up for a little pillow, and then put one over you, and you just sit there for a couple of days and take.
Like prisoner. It's like you're being punished for needing help.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know you went through as well, a really, because I've heard a little bit of your, your gastric bypass So can you share a little bit of that, story as well with your, and how it plays into as well your mental health?
So I was on a lot of medication. Even last time I was in the psych ward, just quite a few years ago, I was put on 3 new and gained 50 pounds in a month. And they will tell you it's not the medication that makes you gain weight. Well, yeah, I beg to differ. But so at my highest, I weighed 305 pounds before I went for the gastric bypass. And I all the mobility aids. I had back, I had I used a walker to get around. I didn't have a vehicle, so I used a walker to go anywhere. I had an electric scooter. Yeah, so I I had a toilet chair that, made you high, hurt, everything. And I was desperate because I didn't want to live like that. So I had a friend gastric bypass in Mexico and saw that he'd lost about weight and he didn't seem to have complications, or at least he didn't. And so I made an appointment, went to Mexico and had the surgery.
Wow. So easy. They just, I guess, they don't really do much background check, and they don't really give you much.
Certain BMI and you're good money. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty reckless out there. I know with, tons of surgeries performed in a way that they're not informing and empowering people about what they're taking, what they're doing.
I didn't know what they were doing to my body until years later.
So what were some of,
Look into it either. I just saw it as an easy solution, a quick way out. So I took it.
yeah, because it's so common. It's like normalized in a way that, there's so many people doing it, and most people don't share the negative side effects. So can you share with us, because there may be even someone who's watching who, maybe them themselves or know someone, what are some of the side effects that you experience from that?
Well, it's a lifetime of malnutrition because like your body is not absorbing nutrients like they should. Like even now, I still have trouble absorbing my fats. So like the first few months were pretty good after the surgery, but it's kind of hell because for quite a while on clear fluids and then you're on fluids and then you're on puree, and like I would take potatoes and roasted chicken and a gravy and put it in a blender and eat.
Oh boy. Well, I know now you have, so yeah, so if I know that that's like before you had Purium in your life, because you wouldn't be
Yeah.
doing that. Oh, that's so funny. I mean, and yeah, sort of, because yeah, they're not, you're not given also like a proper diet to follow after that.
Well, I mean, they do have stuff written out. You can, they have certain things like protein shakes and stuff that you can order from different companies, and you're supposed to have like bariatric vitamins and stuff. But I wasn't getting control of my own finances at the time, so I couldn't access those things anyway. So I just had to do what I could. So it's fine.
So I'd love to hear now, like fast forward to when Purium came into your life. First of all, like what, yeah, so how did you take that decision to do it, and what were the, like, how has it changed your life? How has it changed?
Well, I was in like severe malnutrition and throwing everything up that even if I drank something, it came up. And I was going to doctors, and they kept saying, I don't know why I'm so nauseous. I don't know why this is happening. And they just put me on more medication for nausea, and it wasn't working. And I had, I had, I called it, my daughter and I called it our emancipation. Kind of we hired a lawyer and got emancipated from um, the financial things that my family were doing after my mom died. And all of a sudden had, we had, we had finance. And so I took some of those financial means and hired somebody that I knew, this amazing nutritionist that I knew, holistic nutritionist. And I took one of her classes on Zoom. And because I'd never done Zoom before, I didn't even know what it was. I ate the special chocolate, the THC in it, to be able to eat on a Zoom, because it created so much anxiety. But I started taking this class. They were talking about all these things. I had to Google it all. They'd talk about like mom and like all these weird things. I do what they were. And after the class, I decided to hire her one-on-one. And she just told me to order this stuff. No idea what it was, but I trusted her, so I just ordered it. And this big box of stuff came. And the green juice, that when I first started, only 2 ounces at a time.
Wow.
And so it took me a while to do my first ULT, but all of a sudden I was off my nausea medication
Wow.
and lost more weight because I'd kind of stopped after the gastric bypass. I so I'd lost more weight, and uh, I when I started losing weight, I started going off my medications because I mean they were too much. The antipsychotic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I told my psychiatrist if there was fire in the house, I would just die because I was so medicated. I wouldn't do that. And so
Mm-hmm.
with this holistic nutrition, I started going off medications. And the last one I went off that I was really scared to go off my antidepressants. I'd been on it so long. And
Ah,
I haven't needed any of it since. And now, like, I mean, some days are dark, but they're not dark to where I need, and it's just real life. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
and you can feel again, because it is important to feel some ups and downs, because I know those medications, make you so like
I was
lithium.
so numb for so long, and then all of a sudden, all the feelings, and there's still all the feelings, but I'm loving having all the feelings.
Yeah. I know, and I love seeing you with all the feelings. I know you express, I can see the emotions and the ranges, and it's beautiful. And you being out here right now sharing, I just want to congratulate you, because going from just a year ago, like you said, needing to take, the CBD to go on a Zoom call, to now being able to come out here with me and share your story is huge.
And even a few weeks ago, we did a live, and I looked at it like all over the place. And today I'm focused. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible to watch, and so, so inspiring, because I'm sure also going through the gastric bypass, like, I'm sure it also, destabilized your mental health as well, sort of, going through all that trauma. And yeah.
Well, it's not easy when, I mean, even my daughter said, Mom, you're headed for for a feeding tube. It's the only way that you're going to be able to live. And I don't have a feeding tube.
You're doing so well, Pamela. Like, I love watching you. You inspire me. And I know, like, and you bring so much joy into the world now. So, you know, coming, like, just the comparison of where you were a few years ago, being locked away and, you know, that nightmare kind of existence to now bringing so much light to the world. You have so much to share with the world, and I am honored that you came to share with me.
Thank you. I'm not becoming the person I've always wanted to be.
Yeah.
Quick. Pretty cool.
And you're showing people that it doesn't matter what you've been through or how old you are or who you are or where you're from, that we can heal ourselves and we can take our power back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely.
Well, I
It's
want to encourage, sorry, go ahead.
possible.
What would you like to just share with the world right now that you feel like you just want people to know?
In when I started this, I didn't believe myself too much. And so you don't need to believe in yourself to start. You don't need to be confident to start. You don't need to be like a social butterfly to start. You don't, it just come as you are. We'll love you through it.
Thank you. That's such a beautiful note to leave this on. And please, everyone, follow Pamela. She's Pamela Mading Dong on Instagram. And you're like, just keep watching, and we're all just sending you love all the way to the top because you are a bright light in this world that needs to rise.
Yay. Thank you. So are you.
Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for watching. And yeah, follow and support Pamela on her journey. So keep shining, Pamela.
Will do.
Okay, I'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.